What is up, my friends? The games are coming thick and fast. I promise you there'll be loads of content this month, and here we go with a Rangers Champions League preview. Obviously, we're all still feeling the disappointment from that 3-3 draw against Brighton yesterday. Look, Brighton are a good side. They played very well. Fair play to Trossard. Fair play to those Brighton players, but it doesn't really give us much to cheer about, does it, when we're continuously dropping points, particularly at home in the Premier League? So hopefully competition changes, maybe the form changes. I don't know, I'm clutching at straws here, but what I am going to do is what I always do: take you through my preferred 11 for this game, and of course my score prediction as well. I'd love to know your thoughts in the comment section. In theory, we should be looking to navigate 6 points out of Rangers home and away, but theory hasn't worked out too well for us this season, and we are devoid of confidence in a lot of areas. So with that in mind, I have rung the changes. I want to know what you guys think. As always, drop a like on the video, hit that subscribe button, and of course, if you haven't already done so, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Let's get to it. Let's start off with a score prediction. What have I gone with for this one? 3-1 victory for the Reds. And look, it's not going to be straightforward. It's not going to be cruise control, most likely, and I don't know if there's any basis in reality for this prediction of a 3-1 victory, but eventually we're going to click, eventually we're going to get it right, and I'm hoping that it's going to be against Rangers in this Battle of Britain on Tuesday night. We will of course be doing a watch along of it on our Twitch channel starting from 7pm, and then Paddy and Chris will take you through a match reaction as well. So look, let's start off with the centre backs and the goalkeeper. Have I rung the changes? No, not just yet, because Ibrahim Konate is a little bit away. And look, you've probably never heard me say these words before, but I did consider Virgil van Dijk being dropped. I know he's not beyond needing to be reined back if he's not performing, and he hasn't been performing. The only real saving grace for him is Konate's probably not ready just yet. So with that in mind, I've given Virgil the nod here alongside Joel Matip, but I have made some changes at full back. Yes, I've brought Joe Gomez in at right back, and I've kept Costas at left back. Now, why bring Joe Gomez in at right back when I've openly said many times that it's not his best position, that he makes me a little bit nervous there? Well, to be quite honest with you guys, Trent makes me more nervous at this moment in time. I'm sure that Trent will find a solution. I'm sure that his confidence will get back up, but we can't just keep disguising and defending these mistakes from Trent. Yesterday I spoke about Jordan Henderson allowing a ball to bounce on the edge of the box, not clearing it and stuff like that. Well, if you look at the second goal, I think it was, Trent again, with overly optimistic chest control, he gets dispossessed. Brighton score their second. He has a part to play in every one of those goals, if you look at it, every one of Brighton's goals, I should say. And look, I love Trent, and I'm not going to go two-footed on him, but again, he's another player that needs to be reminded that he is not undroppable. And for this game, if we need to go back to basics defensively and kind of just sit back a little bit more and try and keep a clean sheet, why not? And I'm going to go with Gomez because Trent doesn't deserve to start. That's just being quite honest with you. Moving into midfield now, what have I gone with? Have I gone with Jordan Henderson? Have I gone with Fabio Carvalho? Have I gone with Harvey Elliott? Actually, no. I've gone with none of those guys. What I've gone with is probably what I'm sure you guys want to see, which is Fabinho in the 6, even though he hasn't been at his own usual high standards. I've got to put that out there. Thiago Alcantara on the left. And finally, I hope we see Arthur Melo get his opportunity in midfield. We'd heard over the international break from his agent, from Jurgen Klopp, and from everybody else that he's up to speed, that he stayed behind, that he was working with the 21s or playing with the 21s while training with Liverpool as well, with the senior team. Give him an opportunity. I don't see what harm it could do, because quite frankly, outside of Harvey Elliott and Fabio Carvalho, who are two young lads, I don't really have any confidence in sticking anybody else in that midfield. I don't want to see Jordan Henderson there. I don't want to see James Milner there. So for me, with the situation that we currently have, Arthur, Fabinho and Thiago, that's what I hope to see. Now we move into the final third of the pitch, and this is going to seem a little bit harsh. I have dropped Bobby Firmino, rotated, rested Bobby Firmino, whatever phrase you want to use. Actually, drop is a bit harsh because Bobby scored 2 goals yesterday, and I thought he was actually quite decent. But I would like to see us starting to get some consistency in our decision making and some consistency in the 3 that we have up top. And with that in mind, this is what I've gone with. In the wide areas, probably no surprise. Diaz left hand side. one of the few shining lights that we've had this season. If he had been on from the start against Brighton, who knows? But I can understand Jurgen Klopp's decision making on that one, because he did, of course, travel all the way back from Mexico after that 3-2 victory. And Mohamed Salah, it's a noodle scratcher with the Mo Salah situation, because I'm not going to sit here and say that he hasn't been putting the graft in, because he has. I know there was a segment on Match of the Day last night where Alan Shearer was talking about his pressing from the front not being up to scratch. I think Shearer was being a little bit harsh on that one, to be honest with you. But the one stat that we want Mohamed Salah to find or to discover again is goal scoring. We want him to be putting the ball in the net. He loves a Champions League goal, and I'm hoping sooner or later that spark ignites, because sometimes when I see Mo playing lately, he does one or two things, and I've mentioned it over and over again. You need to see him cut inside on his left foot, trying to get a shot away, or the ball will ricochet off the defender's legs. We'll get a corner or something else, but either way, the attack will break down. I'd like to see him drifting central a little bit more, maybe instinctively, I don't know, maybe just to try and drag a defender with him and open up an overlap on the right hand side, whatever. We just need to get him more involved in the final third, and we need to get his confidence back up. Now, through the centre, who have I gone with? Diogo Jota, Bobby Firmino. Nope. Darwin. We cannot go out and spend potentially 85, 86 million quid on a record signing and not give him a run. It's starting to get ridiculous now that Jurgen Klopp isn't starting him when we've been struggling for consistency. And yes, I know he picked up a needless stupid red card, and some of that is his own fault, of course, that he's had 3 games less to get up to speed than he should have. But ultimately, look what Erling Haaland is doing at Manchester City. He's an absolute freak of nature, and I mean that in a positive, complimentary way. His goal-scoring attributes, his physicality, we need that. And yes, we don't have Haaland, but we do have Núñez, probably the next best thing we could have hoped for. And I'm not one of these people, like many others, who are writing Darwin off already. Far from it. I think this kid needs to be shown some love. He needs to be shown some support, and he needs to be given the confidence to go out there and do what he does best, which is bully defences and put the ball in the back of the net. He loves the Champions League, and this is a game against Rangers that I think is going to be quite a physical game, and I don't think that Darwin will shirk that physical battle. So for me, Darwin Núñez through the centre, Luis Diaz on the left hand side, and Mohamed Salah on the right. That's the 11 that I hope that Jurgen Klopp starts with at Anfield against Rangers. Do I think he starts with this? No. I'm sure we'll probably see Jordan Henderson in there. And I read somewhere, I can't remember who said it to me, but somebody apparently on social media was saying that Jordan Henderson had a wonderful game. Somebody fairly prominent on social media. I can't remember, so I don't want to just throw names out there. But I don't know what game they were watching against Brighton, but Jordan Henderson did not have one of his better games for Liverpool Football Club. So this is what I think will get the job done. I do think that we need to just somehow start grinding out wins. I don't care if they're pretty or not. We need to get the points on the board. The league is looking like top 4 is probably our limit this season, if we can even accomplish that. So why not try and, pick up the form in the Champions League, have a go with them, and let's see if we can get 6 points out of these next 2 games, home and away against Rangers. Because if we do, that puts us in a far better position. 9 points on the board. You're almost qualified. So that's my take on it, friends. I know I keep being optimistic. I know I keep predicting Liverpool wins. But sooner or later, these guys are going to have to click. And we're going to have to see what they're made of. Because if not, Jurgen Klopp will have some big decisions to make over the coming weeks. Thank you for tuning in. I look forward to reading your comments. Talk to you soon. Much love. Bye-bye.